we'll just jump right in. We got a few important topics to talk about, and we have some folks here to help us explain a budget simulator and also some of the programs going on at the library. Before I jump into that, I just want to give an update that we did have our first meeting of the Mayor's Advisory Council on Diversity, Inclusion, and Civil Rights. That happened today in the council chamber, where we were able to socially distance the members and also integrate people who were physically here with our Zoom technology and host that meeting. The outcome of the meeting right now is to formulate our structure as far as how we're going to approach the problems of diversity, inclusion, and civil rights, and a way to possibly activate the other 130, 150 people who applied to be on that committee, but obviously, we can't have everyone just like committee members. So how do we keep people who are motivated to work towards change and empower those people for the betterment of Wichita? So that's also one of the challenges moving forward with this committee, is structuring it so that we also allow other community members coming in and being a part of that change. So we will meet likely in 2 weeks, and before those 2 weeks, we will have other discussions and updates that will be available to the public, of course, as we continue this discussion that started today. So with that, I am going to talk briefly about the Big Read program, which is Big Read is a program providing residents opportunities to experience quality literature and art programming throughout the community, and it's focused usually on one book or one theme at a time. So with that, I'm going to relinquish the floor, if you will, to Sean, who is one of our library experts, and he's going to come up and talk a little bit about this program.
Thank you, Mayor. The Wichita Public Library is proud to be a recipient of a grant for $15,000 to host the National Endowment for the Arts Big Read in Wichita this fall. The NEA Big Read broadens our understanding of the world, communities, and ourselves through the joy of sharing a good book. Think of the Big Read as the biggest community book club in Wichita this fall. We've created a video featuring several of our partner organizations to announce this year's title. Oh, I'm in control.
Hi, I'm Alicia with City Arts.
Hey, I'm Corey, and this is Theo with the Derby Public Library.
I'm Gail with Wichita Public Schools.
I'm Kelly Frederick from Marshall Middle School in Wichita Public Schools.
Hi, my name is Sean Jones with the Wichita Public Library.
I'm Jennifer Tidball with Kansas State University and K-State Research and Extension, Sedgwick County. We're so excited to serve as partners for NEA Big Read Wichita.
This year's book is Circe by Madeline Miller.
This year, we're reading Circe by Madeline Miller.
We're reading Circe by Madeline Miller.
A book full of characters you know from Greek mythology.
That author Ann Patchett calls
An epic spanning thousands of years.
That's also a keep you up all night page turner.
The NEA Big Read Wichita will take place October 1st to November 15th, 2020.
Visit bigreadwichita.org.
Visit Big Read Wichita.
Visit Big Read Wichita.
Big Read Wichita.
Visit bigreadwichita.org for more information.
We really want to make sure you know what our website is. We're excited to explore.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
Okay. Do it again. Yep. Watch it all over again. We're excited to explore Circe by Madeline Miller this fall. This novel follows Circe, the banished daughter of Helios, as she hones her powers and interacts with famous mythological beings before a conflict with one of the most vengeful Olympians forces her to choose between the worlds of the gods and mortals. People magazine said, "Think a novel based on Greek mythology isn't for you? Just wait." This will be the 13th year of the NEA Big Read in Wichita. This program brings together area schools, libraries, cultural organizations, businesses, and book clubs to celebrate literacy and learning. The NEA Big Read Wichita will take place October 1st through November 15th. Details about the program are available at bigreadwichita.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that and appreciate the video. So also we have some more good news as we get out of the COVID crisis. As was announced early on, we did stop shutting off the water of our folks here at Wichita because we understand that everyone is going through a tough time with the COVID and of course with if they're on furlough or have other financial concerns or issues during this time. So we're going to actually extend that till July 1st, where there will be no water cutoffs until July 1st because of late payment. And we're going to ask if you're someone who is behind on the payment because of the economic results of COVID, please call our number here at 265-1300 and try to work out a payment plan with our staff. We want to show as much grace as possible and of course try to get people caught up so that they can continue their water service. But again, as of now, we are going to extend the no shut off for late payments until July 1st in hopes that it gives people the time they need to set up those payments and get back on track. So please call 265-1300 to work out a payment schedule or have some of our staff be able to connect you to community resources that are out there for those who are struggling during this time. There are community resources and we want to make sure that everyone who qualifies for those are able to utilize them. So just a reminder about the census is time is now to fill out the census. To put this into context, we lose for every person who doesn't fill out the census $53,000 of federal funding that goes to playgrounds, roads, and other community resources. So if we have, or every family that doesn't. So if we have 10 families who aren't counted, this is $530,000 that normally would be coming to Wichita that is not coming to Wichita from the federal government. We do the census once every 10 years, so we only have one shot at this. And again, it takes not very long. You can do it online, and it's worth per family about $53,000. We want to make sure that federal money that we have been, us in Kansas and in Wichita have been paying into the federal, with our federal taxes actually comes back and helps our community. So please go to census.gov and take the few minutes to fill out the census form, or you can call the toll-free number at 1-844-468-2020. So I'll say that again, 844-468-2020, and take those few minutes to fill out the census. Every family in Wichita who fills out the census is worth about $53,000 of federal money coming right back to our community, helping us out with the programs that Wichitans deserve and enjoy. Also, it's going to get me into our budget simulator. Just like we did last year, we are trying to have people give their input through a budget simulator online that can be accessed through our social media. It is an unprecedented time with the COVID-19 situation in which we actually have to cut this year about $11 million out of our current budget. So the simulator is set up so that we can put out to the public the challenge of cutting some of these, making some of these hard cuts so that the members of the council and staff can actually utilize that practice to figure out what the values are of the people in our community. So not only are you filling it out and trying to balance our budget, but you are showing us what the community values, which is super helpful for us moving forward as policymakers. So we have someone who's going to come up and kind of walk through that simulator with us. So Elizabeth, we're glad you're here and give us a brief demonstration.
There we go. Right. Would you like me to play the video first? Yeah. Okay.
Is it the same video? It's the same video. Same video, we got it, yeah.
All right, well, this is the Wichita Budget Simulator page. It's wichita.budgetsimulator.com. We have a brief video that's an intro of the simulator. I'll play that right now.
The City of Wichita is facing an unprecedented budget shortfall due to the COVID-19 pandemic. You can help by offering your recommendations to balance the budget. Here's how the simulator works. Once you click the Get Started button below, You'll be presented with a series of budget topics, each with a brief description. To get to a balanced budget, use the slider bar to reduce or maintain funding for a particular item. At the top of the page, you can track your progress toward balancing the budget. Please also leave comments so we can better understand your budget choices and what's important to you. But don't stop there. Make sure to save these dates on your calendar. On June 23rd, we'll hold a social media town hall starting at 2 p.m. on Facebook, Twitter, and Nextdoor. On July 14th, the city manager will present the proposed budget to the city council. On August 4th, a formal public hearing on the proposed budget will be held. On August 11th, the city council will hold another formal public hearing and adopt the 2021 budget. All meetings begin at 9 a.m. at City Hall, 455 North Main Street. Please visit wichita.gov/budget to learn how to provide feedback during the public budget hearings and to view budget information. Thank you for your participation in the budget simulator. Your valuable feedback will help city leaders make key decisions to close the approximately $4.7 million budget gap. Make sure to check back later. We'll be sharing the overall simulator results on the website.
So when you page down, you can go ahead and get started. And one thing, if you participated in the simulator last year, one thing you'll notice that's different this year is participants only have the ability to cut the budget. Last year, 2019 was a really different year than 2020. And so we had participants had the ability to increase or decrease the budget. This year, only decreases are possible. So what happens over here is on this side, it tells you what's called a slider funds right now, and then you slide to the 5%, and it shows you what decreases would have, what change would take place, and then if you slide to 10%, it shows you what the 10% reduction would be. So when you're taking the simulator, you have to move things around enough so that you get this square up here in the corner to get to green. So what you'll notice is not all of the services cost the same amount. So there have to be a lot of changes to small services or fewer changes to the more expensive services we offer in order to balance. So for example, fire department, this is fire emergency response or fire operations, that one, it's you get to balancing quicker. So it just shows you, as you're doing it, it really demonstrates the difficulty of balancing the budget. So far, we've had overwhelming interest in the simulator. People have provided a lot of comments, which is really interesting. I feel it's just really interesting to get that feedback, and we really still aren't balanced yet. We had those 3 retreats, and we got a lot of good feedback there, and we're moving forward with that, but we still are not balanced, so this feedback will be very important. So, you're welcome. I'll close out of it, so. Oh, there we go.
So my understanding is last year, before I took office, I believe we had about 2,000 people who have taken this simulator. And Megan, can you tell us where we're at right now with the numbers?
As of yesterday morning, we had 1,700.
We're at 2,000 now. Last year it was 1,400 for the entire.
Wow, okay.
And so there's a lot of interest in the budget this year.
So we've had over 2,000 people as of today. I think this started just a few days ago who have taken this budget simulator and let their priorities be known to us here. And last year was about a little less than 1,500 people total for the first month. It's very important that we get as much feedback as possible. The more people who take the simulator, the more of, I think, a balance throughout the community we're going to see. So please, take the time and just play around with it and go ahead and submit what you believe would be the best way to move forward given the challenges we have. So with that, I will just open up to questions on anything that we just covered or on really anything. You guys are really letting me off this easy? All right. Well, if there's no questions, then please just shoot me an email if there's anything that I could follow up on or if there's any information anyone needs. Other than that, I thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week.